Hello guys, Glenn Anderson here, the Natural Strongman. So yeah, just want to talk about yesterday's competition real quick. Not going to go into it too much. Just want to go over a few things. I had some people ask me a few questions and all that, so I just thought I'd better address that now. Right, so someone asked me when is my next comp going to be? Won't be till next year. Simple. So where do I go from here? I'm probably just going to take a deload. I really wanted to deadlift £700 before the year is out, and I might still try and do that. I don't know yet. Just need to heal a bit now. I'm still feeling really beat up from yesterday, and where I fell out of the frame, I've grazed my knees and my hand. I don't know if you can see that there. It doesn't look that bad, but it doesn't hurt. It's just annoying, really, where I've lost a bit of skin, and I lost a bit of skin on that hand as well. But my knees, particularly my left knee's really grazed badly. Got a plaster on it and tore some skin, and some stone actually went inside. And luckily, my sister managed to get it out. But yeah, I badly grazed my knees, and it does hurt a bit, to be honest. Not hurt, but it's annoying. I can feel it constantly. Right, so yeah, so next year basically, I'm just going to use the rest of this year just to like restore. Probably going to do like a 3 to 5 day fast at some point, and all need to drop some pounds. Still got my temperature. So yeah, going to try and drop some weight. Just work on my conditioning really. So yeah, looking back at the competition, first event, max barbell. In training, I'd struggled to do 130. So I thought I'll open with 110, and the plan was to do 110, 120 and 130. Looking back though, I mean 120 went up really easy, to be honest. I was contemplating whether to go to 135. Bear in mind my max, the most I've ever done is 136, and I only barely managed that. That was a struggle. So because I didn't want to go for 135 and fail it. I didn't want to get any fails, and being the first event, if I had failed anything, it would have messed me up mentally. So I went for 130. And that was all right. I do feel like 135 was definitely there. I mean, looking back, maybe I could have gone 115, 125, 135. I don't like doing more than 10 kilo jumps. And I don't think it's a good idea to like open at your max or close to your max, really. You know, if your max is 140, you don't want to be opening with 140. So, yeah, like I say, I had a plan. I did stick to it, and it all worked out fine. I had no fails. I went 3 for 3. So that was fine. Actual deadlift, I was really pleased with that. In training, I'd only got 1 rep, so to get 3 reps on the day, you know, really pleased with that. That was a PR, probably my best performance out of the lot. I do feel like a 4th rep was there, but I think I went for it too quickly. If I'd have just left it, I wasn't sure how much time I had left though. But if someone had said to me, "Oh, you got 30 seconds or whatever," then I probably would have like rested for 20 seconds. I probably would have got it, but I went straight for that 4th rep, and I could have done it, but I would have struggled. I would have hitched. I didn't really want to. There were still 3 more events after that, so first sign of trouble, I just left it, so I didn't go for the 4th rep, so I got 3. But yeah, like I say, to get 3 reps, I only expected 1, maybe 2 at a push, so to get 3 was really great. The winning number was 8, I believe. I think one other guy got 3 and one guy got 1, so I think I got joint 6 for that or something like that. Moving on to the next one, frame. Now this is where I really fucked up badly. I just don't know what happened there, to be honest. I've done 300 frame. If you look at my videos, you see I've done 300 frame before in the gym. But the frame that I'm used to using, first of all, the handles are a bit thinner, and it's what I'm used to. These handles I think were a bit thicker, and it was just different to what I'm used to. And also the frame was narrower and all. I'm quite a big guy, and I've got a wide stance, and my feet go out like that. So you know, and I think you know, just lack of leg room, and just, I mean, I'm not making excuses, or I'm making excuses, I don't know, but for whatever reason, I was chugging along, as you can see in the video, and then I don't know, for whatever reason, my grip just went all of a sudden, and once your grip goes, it's hard to bounce back from that. And I made several attempts and lots of repicks, I just couldn't do it, and the weights kept coming off, which didn't help. So there we are. And unfortunately, it was just all downhill after that. So I did the sandbag toss. I knew that was going to trip me up right from the start. It's always been a weak event for me. To get 2 sandbags, I suppose, was a bonus because in a competition I did 4 years ago, there was a kettlebell toss. It was 5 kettlebells and I only managed 1, so at least got 2 this time. So in a sense, that's still a PR, really. It's still an improvement. But yeah, I knew that was a weak event for me. I expected to do crap, and I did. So there we are. I think out of all of us, I think only one guy got all 5 bags. So it was difficult for everyone, really. But there we are. It had been raining. It was a very well organised competition, actually. I actually did think that they was going to change some of the events because of the constant rain, but no, everything went the way it was supposed to. So well done to Maverick Strength Gym. They was all great guys down there, and everyone was a big help, and it was a well organised competition. Very, very well done to everyone involved. So the final event going in, it was supposed to be 3 sandbags, but then they changed it to a keg and 2 sandbags. That was the only change that they made. Everything else was the same. Not sure why they did that, but maybe they just didn't have the correct sandbags on hand, or I don't know. I don't know the reason. But anyway, the keg was about 100 kilo-ish. The sandbag was about 110-ish, and the final sandbag was 135. So I did the first 2. Now, here's where I made a bit of a mistake, because I was too slow on the first implements because I wanted to basically pace myself. And then when I got to the third one, the 135 sandbag, I got my hands underneath it, but I rushed to pick up. I should have, because I was worried about the time, because you had to get 60 seconds. I could have done it, and I should have done it, and I really did kick myself afterwards, because I knew that I could do that event. It was one of my bankers. I knew that I could have done well on the sandbag because I practiced it. And if I'd have just taken a few extra seconds to really get my hands under it properly, once I had it on my chest, I could have gone, and I wouldn't have lost it, and I would have got it over the bar. But once I got it off the ground, instead I just one-motioned it, put it on and went. And unfortunately, instead of getting my hands around the sandbag properly, my hands were like this. So my hands were literally on the edge of the sandbag. So in a sense, it was basically like doing a snatch grip deadlift on an axle bar. I just had no grip. The weight weren't a problem. I could lift the weight and all that, but unfortunately, by the time I got to the yoke, my grip just gave out. If I could have just carried on that little bit further, I could have, because I was in the right position, I could have just slung it over the yoke. Unfortunately, my hands were too far on the edge of the sandbag, and I just lost it. And once it went down, it got stuck right on the yoke, and I managed to pull it, and I was just about to lift it, and I could hear the guy counting down, going 5, and I knew I only had 5 seconds, and I knew I had no chance at that point. As soon as he started counting me down, I knew I had no chance. So it's a shame, because I could have done that if I'd have just taken 5 more seconds to just get my hands underneath. It's just so frustrating. Maybe if I could have done well at that, because there were some other guys that couldn't do all 3 either. If I could have done well at that and done it in a quick time, maybe I could have got 6th place. One guy did drop out after 2 events, or 3 events. So I could have, if I could have done well at the sandbag, I could have clawed some points on him. Unfortunately, it just didn't go that way. I did, first 2 events I was quite pleased with. I did decently, to me anyway. I think after the second event I was in 5th place or something, but like I say, the frame carry, I just messed up completely, and the subsequent 2 events after that all went bad. So unfortunately, that's that. So there we are. So I was disappointed, but it's my first Opens. But it's a day later now, more than that. It's 11 o'clock at night now, so I've had over a day now to just think about it, where I went wrong. The first 2 events I was pleased with. Everything went to plan on the first 2 events. I expected to do the frame okay. Maybe I weren't going to be the quickest, but the frame did not go to plan at all. Sandbag, I knew I wasn't going to do well at that, but the frame really surprised me. And with the sandbag, I just made a silly mistake at the end by not properly gripping it. So I think I did 2 events well, the first 2, and then I messed up the frame, which was completely unexpected, and from there it was just downhill. If I'd have done as well as I thought I could have done, if I'd have done as well as I should have done, and I knew that I could have done, maybe I could have got 5th place, fifth, sixth place maybe. I knew I was going to win right from the start, and that was okay with me. Like I say, it was my first Opens. I was just going in there just for the experience, really. You know, it was never my plan to win. I really didn't want to come last, though. That was my main thing. You know, my main plan. I don't care about winning. I'm just there. As long as I don't come last, I'll be happy. I mean, technically, I didn't come last because 9 guys signed up for it, so 2 didn't turn up. So technically, I came 7th out of 9. But there was 7 on the day, and I did come 7th. So technically, I did come last. If you count the people that come down that day, I came last. But if you count it by how many signed up, then I didn't come last. I got 7th out of 9th. But there we are. So not bad for an Opens. I've seen some Opens comps that have only got literally 4, 5, 6 people. So 7 of us, that's not a bad number. In the intermediate, there was 23 people signed up and 18 turned up. For an Inters, that's quite a lot actually, because when I did the Inters last year, there was only 8 of us. So there was a lot of people there for the intermediate. But yeah, like I say, well done to Maverick Strength Gym. You know, just like last year, it was a great competition, very well run. You know, very well organised. You know, they're a great team, and I do go down to that gym sometimes to do some workouts. It's a good, great strongman gym. They've got a really nice, beautiful wooden log that's about 10 feet long. I love that log. You know, I might try a max log on that at some point. Actually, being longer, it might be easier than the steel one that we've got down the gym that I go to. So anyway, that's my analysis on it. Looking back, you know, I could have done a lot. I did make a lot of mistakes. I mean, some things were just out with the frame. I don't think I made any mistakes. I just couldn't lift it. I've got no excuse. Same with the sandbag toss. You know, I just couldn't do it. You know, technique was shit. The only thing I really made a mistake on was the sandbag over the oak. Really, I should have been able to do that. I had the strength to do that. That was just stupidity on my part. So that's really the only event that I actually made a mistake on with the frame and the sandbag. That was just obviously beyond my capabilities. So no mistakes there. I just wasn't good enough. I was shit. Yeah. So that's that. What was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah. Someone also asked me when I was doing the barbell. They said, "Is it okay to rest the barbell on your belly?" Yes. In strongman, it's by any means necessary. And when you go to a strongman competition, they will tell you the rules. And in this competition, you was allowed belt cleans, belly cleans, the lot. I think they don't give a shit how you get it above your head, so long as you wait for the lockout. That so long as you lock it out at the top and you wait for the down signal, it's all good, you know. So, like I say, with strongman, you know, one of the things I like about strongman, there's not that many rules. You know, for most strongman events, it is, you know, they want you to lift that weight by any means necessary. So the only thing he said as well, like he asked everyone if anyone's got a soft lockout, and no one did, because there are some strong men that can't actually lock out due to elbow or mobility issues, but that's not a problem for me. I can lock out all right. So yeah, belt cleans are allowed, belly cleans are allowed. You know, I mean, they'll usually specify that in the competition, what you can and can't do. And yeah, everything I did was legal. I got given the lift, so it was all good. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, if you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll be posting some more content in the near future.